Hello everybody and welcome to episode 42 of Zack Plays Steins, also known as potentially the final episode? Question mark. I was looking at, in the recommended videos, on YouTube, it was like other people's videos of Let's Plays and stuff for, this, and like, I saw one dude and his title was like, an impossible decision, or an impossible choice. And it just made me laugh. I was like, impossible choice? It seems pretty clear to me. Like, who would honestly pick Karisu and a dystopian future over Mayuri and potentially, you know, no CERN? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. But, anyway, this could very well be the last episode. I actually do want to read a comment from the last video because I found it fairly interesting. And it's kind of just like a fun fact for something that we missed, but that's completely fine. So let me read it to you guys. If you didn't send the D-mail, you would have unlocked extra scenes rather than get an ending. In the extra scenes, you find out that Nei became a rounder in the future and tortured and killed Okabe because she felt that he was responsible for Braun's death. And then she used the time leap machine thousands of times to travel 15 years back in time to kill Mocha with her own two hands. Convergence won't allow her to kill Okabe earlier than his exact death date, which is why she announced that she would kill him again in 15 years. Remember when Okabe saw someone using the time leap machine, but couldn't figure out who did? That was Nei's final time leap from the future. Unfortunately, this got cut out of the anime. And the reason that this got cut out of the anime is because it really impacts nothing in the grand scheme of things. And that's kind of been my reaction to a lot of what people say. They're like, oh, well, if you didn't time leap, or if you didn't send the D-mail at that time, or if you didn't time leap at that time, then you would have gotten this great scene. And my reaction to all of those has always been, I don't really care about scenes that I'm missing out on because it has no influence on the final world line. Like, I know that this world line that we're on, where Nei is like a crazy girl and Tenoji kills himself and stuff, I know that all of that's just gonna be wiped from history. So that's why I don't care about like the extra scenes and stuff like that. But I did find it interesting enough to read to you guys because I was curious about who time leaped. So there you go. Now you know. A real quick other note, something that I find really weird, honestly, that I've never seen before for another game, is I found out that a lot of the people who are watching this Let's Play are actually watching like 10 or 14 like other people play the game at the same time. Like, they're subscribed to a bunch of other channels and they're watching a bunch of other people play the game, and that's just so crazy to me. Like, what do you guys get out of watching so many people play the exact same game? Like, you know exactly what's gonna happen, right? You've played this game before and you know everything about the storyline. Like, I don't know, it just boggles my mind why people are watching like a million other Let's Plays. I don't know, dude. I just don't get it. I've never seen it before for another game. But anyway, let's get back into it. On the Beta World line, she'll have no reason to leap to 2010. Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Alright, then what if I send Karisu a warning via D-mail? It could say, don't go to Dr. Nakabaki's presentation. No, that won't work either. Remember, causality converges. Karisu's death is inevitable on the Beta World line, just as Mayuri's is inevitable on this world line. No matter what I do, fate will ensure her death. There's no way. I slowly sink to the floor with my back against the fence. I can't save her. I'm powerless against the will of fate. What should I do? Go to the Charlie world line. The Delta world line, who knows? What should I do? Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. I cancelled Mocha's D-mail. Plus, I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since. Yeah, it's only at 0.57, dude. You're still very far away from saving her. Might there be a chance? No, because game design says that at the very end you need to make a choice between two characters. It's a fairly common theme in video games, movies, TV shows, novels. If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 7 and 8 PM that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision. I know it's unlikely. Yeah, very unlikely. I understand that from all my experiences so far, but still, I can't help but cling to that hope. Mayuri and Kadisu, if I can just save them both, then I don't care if the future is ruled by certain— Come on, dude. I'll betray Suzuha's dream, if that's what it takes. No, you won't. I won't let you. So please, let Mayuri live. To whom should I make this desperate plea? God, fate, the universe itself? Either way, I'm just one insignificant human among billions. Will my prayers truly reach? I already know what the answer will be. And that knowledge, that certainty, is despair. By the way, I wasn't calling out anybody who watches like a million other Let's Plays of this game. Personally, I just don't understand it, because I can't see how anybody would have time. I don't know why people are still watching this Let's Play, to be honest with you. Like, it's drawn on for so long, the storyline is so long, so I really don't understand how somebody could watch, like, a million other people play through this fucking 40-hour game as well. Like, that just boggles my mind, dude. You guys have so much free time, and I'm so envious of all that free time you have, because, whoo, Jesus, that's crazy, man. Kamima runs for 3 straight days, from the 15th to the 17th. On the last day, I go with Mayuri and stay with her from morning until Kamima closes. It's not really my thing, though, and the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side with Mayuri's bags. From time to time, Mayuri appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day, I spend alone. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears, but even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. Yeah, because she's gonna get iced.
Oh, we're finally home!
It's already dark by the time the bus drops us back at Takiba. Mary is dragging her costume case behind her. I'm carrying bags covered in moe artwork and loaded with doujinshi. These are all Mayuri's purchases, not mine. Oh yeah, another thing that people do in other Let's Plays of this game is they have the Japanese voice on, and then they have the Japanese, like the voice actress, say Mayuri, they have Mayuri say her line in Japanese, and then they read it. That's so weird to me as well, man. That takes so long. That would take so long. That would make this series even longer if I did that. If you let all the voice actors like say out their lines and then you read them. I don't know, and none of the other Let's Plays that I looked at had the emotion. Like, none of them are truly voice acting, or really, I don't know, man. It's just, I can't see it. I can't see myself watching a lot of those Let's Plays. They have no emotion. They're just blandly reading through it, and sure, they might throw in some commentary every now and then, but you gotta get into character, man. These are all Mayuri's purchases, not mine. I can't believe she bought so much. I guess the reason she doesn't cosplay herself is that she's too busy shopping. We get off the bus and just stand there for a while. What are you gonna do now? Head straight home?
Actually, I was thinking going to the lab.
Need something?
Not really, but it's been a while since I got to relax with Okadin. I'm a little hungry, so I'll buy some juicy chicken #1 on the way.
My voice right now, I just woke up, so it tends to be deeper right after I wake up. So as a result, Mayuri's voice may sound a bit different, and my just regular voice may sound a little different. My apologies, but I just wanted to kind of get this video. Get it done, man, because I want this series to be done. Maybe Mayuri wants a taste of normalcy again, now that the chaos of Kamima has ended. I can't begrudge her that. I stifle a groan and shrug my shoulders. Back to the lab, then.
Hey, Okadin, why'd you come with Miyushi today? You never come with me to Kamima before. You're not interested in moe, right?
Well, not really. I like robot anime, but not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for Kamima and shit like Daru and Mayuri do.
So, why'd you come with me today?
Well, you see, you're about to get iced, and so I just wanted to, see if it happens, even though it's definitely going to. Well, to confirm your death. Those words pop into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? I want her to live, remember?
Well?
I just felt like it.
Oh.
Suddenly, silence. A downhearted frown replaces the usual smile on Mayuri's face. What, did she think we were going on a date or something? That's adorable, Mayuri, but I don't think of you like that. Did my answer upset her? But it's not like I could tell her the truth. How do you tell someone they're going to die? Lukaku, I frantically tried to smooth things over. I thought maybe you'd manage to get Lukaku to cosplay, so I came to laugh at him. Too bad he didn't come.
Yeah, Lukaku would be super popular if he did come, though. People would take his picture and post it all over the internet, then everyone in the world would see how cute he is. And after he became a superstar, Mayushi would see him on TV and think, wow, he's gone so far.
It's scary, because it's true.
Ocarina?
Suddenly, Mayuri turns around and peeks at my face as she walks backwards.
Thank you for today.
What are you thanking me?
Well, like I said, this is the first time Okari's ever come to Kamima with me. It made Mayushi really happy.
Oh, and you're about to get iced. It's a good thing you die happy, though. That's good. A smile finally returns to Mayuri's face.
But you know what would make me even happier? If you cosplay next time.
Yeah, I'll think about it. That's right. Don't think negative thoughts. Think about a fun, bright future.
Really? You cosplay for me?
That's not what I said. Only if you cosplay too. Lukaku too, and a Christina, of course. Convince them to cosplay first. If you manage that, then I, the great and insane mad scientist Yuin Chuba, will grace Kamima with my august presence. The next Kamima takes place this winter. We'll all be there, as if none of this ever happened. Won't Kodisu be gone? Won't she be leaving us? I mean, and she'll be dead, obviously, but I mean, normally, if she were to live. All of us laughing and smiling together, just imagine a future like that.
Wow, that's gonna be tough. But it sounds really fun, too. Besides, I think Christian secretly wants to cosplay, so there's hope. Mayushi's gonna do her best.
We arrive at the lab. I look up at the second floor, but there's no lights in the window. Oddly enough, there's nobody here today. I've got a bad feeling about this. Is Mocha going to ambush us? On the previous world line, I forgave Mocha and Tanoji. But that has already been undone. You forgave Tanoji, why would you forgive him? He's still a dick. This is a new world line. The Rounders are still alive, and they're still after the time leap machine. Wait here, Mayuri. I motion for her to sit and wait on the bench in front, then I carefully check the area. I know my efforts are likely futile, but still I want to do anything I can, anything to give Mayuri a chance, however small, of surviving on this world line. Something tells me it would be foolish to go straight up to the lab. So first I decide to check the street for any suspicious people. I walk down the street towards Kuramebashi Dori. Nailed it. Careful to always keep Mayuri in sight. Vroom vroom. Huh? Suddenly, a white station wagon parked at the end of the street fires its engine and takes off in our direction. What? I can see it clearly through the front window. The man in the driver's seat is unfamiliar. But I have seen that station wagon before. It's the same one Mocha used to run us over on a previous world line. The same one Tanoji used to transport the IBM 5100. And now it's bearing down on me at full speed. I'm in the center of the road. There's nowhere to run. Well, it's not like you're gonna die. Right? It's not like I can die. Psh. The station wagon flips on its high beams, instantly turning my vision white. I can't move, it's all happening too fast. I expected an ambush inside the lab, instead I'm facing a charging car. What do I do? I'm fine, I won't die, this world line hasn't approved that fate. No, wait. What day is it? This is the first time I've made it to the 17th. Does that mean my death is still undecided? Probably not. You probably don't die for like 15 years. Will I die in Mayuri's place? If that will save her, if that will end this, then maybe it's for the best. Sure, dude. I'd ice myself for Mayuri's sake. No, I don't want to die yet. Two contradictory emotions collide in my head. My body doesn't know which way to turn. Will I be the one to die?
Okadin!
Something slams into my back. Did you get ran over again, Mary? God damn it. I open my eyes. I'm lying on the side of the road. My whole body hurts, but I don't appear to be seriously injured. Someone saved me. I look up to see the station wagon's taillights disappearing around the corner. And there, lying in the center of the road, is Mayuri. Mayuri! Wow, it's been a while since we saw Mayuri die. I run to her side. Mayuri is bleeding from the head. Bleeding from the head. I feel like bleeding from her head would sound better. Bleeding from the head just sounds weird to me. The pavement is slick with blood. Did she protect me? But that's not what I wanted. I lift her body up in my arms. Her eyes twitch, then slowly open.
Oh, God, dear.
Oh, is this gonna be a thumbnail? Is it really a surprise? Is it really a spoiler that she dies? I don't think it should really surprise anybody, right? Mary, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Her hand wanders as if seeking something. It reaches for the starry sky. Her eyelids are heavy. They could close any second now. But still, she looks straight into my eyes, and for some reason she smiles.
Finally, Mayushi was useful to Okadin.
What? Stardust handshake. Her delicate fingers grasp at the sky, but all they find is empty air. Her arm goes limp. I grab her hand before it hits the ground. Mary is no longer breathing. I've seen her die countless times, but this time, it's too much. This time, it's all my fault. I embrace Mary's tattered body, her lifeless, motionless, tattered body. I clench my jaw and bite back my tears. Mary, you can't see the stars from here. How could this happen? Why did she have to die like this? What possible meaning could this death have? Yes, it happened because fate demanded it. Yes, her death is unavoidable, the result upon which this world line converges. I knew from the beginning that this would happen, but I never imagined that she would die saving me, and with a smile on her face. What do you mean you are finally useful? Tell me, Mayuri! There's no future for Mayuri on this world line, and that brings me once again to the choice. Do I return to the Beta world line, killing Karisu? Yes? Or do I leave things as they are and accept Mayuri's death? I can't run away. I am the one who twisted fate. I am the one who must decide. Yeah, we ice Karisu. Duh. The sky is blue. I'm on the roof of Radio Kaken after going back 56 hours with 2 time leaps. I lean against the wire fence and stretch out my legs as I look at the sky. I wanted more time to think, that's why I came back. Last time I spent 2 days refusing to face reality, but that is no longer an option now that we've confirmed Mayuri's death. This time, I need to reach a decision, but how? This equation has no solution. No matter what choice I make, someone dies. From a purely utilitarian viewpoint, I should choose the Beta World line, where CERN never creates a dystopia. Exactly. But it's not that simple. Yes, it is. Not for me. Yes, it is. Because I control you, I'm kind of you, and I make the decisions for you. There must be some other way. According to Suzuha, 2010 is a point of great divergence at the attractive field level. I think that divergence had already commenced by the time I sent that email reporting Kadisu's death. So when did divergence begin? I can't say for sure, but I think it was the moment we completed the phone wave. That was around the middle of July. Daru and I deemed it a failure right after completion. By the time Kadisu was killed, there was already a huge divergence at the attractive field level. Now that I think about it, reading Steiner activated that day when I sent that email that started it all. At that moment, every pedestrian and vehicle on the main street of Kiba suddenly vanished. That feels so long ago, but now I can finally explain it. That was the moment I moved to the Alpha World line. On the Beta World line, where this all began, Suzuha didn't arrive in her time machine. Dr. Nakabaki's press conference went ahead as planned, and the flow of tourists and shoppers through Akiba was unimpeded. But when I sent that email, events changed on a huge scale, from my perspective at least. On the current world line, Suzuha crashed a time machine into the roof of Radio Kaken, Nakabaki's presentation was cancelled, and this part of Akiba was closed to traffic. See, they're doing the whole exposition thing again, where they say what happened. I think we all kind of understand what happened. We don't really need the recap. Can we just progress the actual story? You know, get to the ending? Because I was out on the street when the world line changed, it appeared to me as if thousands of people suddenly vanished. The truth is that they were never there to begin with. Like a magician's trick, it's so obvious once you understand how it works. Yeah, I know, I figured that out quite a while ago, like episode 10 or something like that. The real problem is the timing of the email. I moved to the Alpha world line after Kadisu died. If I had sent the email before she died, then I might have been able to intervene, even now on this world line. But no, that would defy causality. I sent that email because I saw Kadisu's body. That's the way it has to be. Who killed her anyway? I still don't know. I'm sure we're about to find out. It definitely wasn't suicide. I'm sure we are about to find out. What if I identify the murderer and send them an email warning them off? Will that prevent her death? Listen, dude. The solution to undoing your D-mails isn't to send more D-mails, it's to accept the fact that Kadisu has to die for the greater good. The greater good. Only cool people will understand that reference. I mean, no one has tried to kill her on this world line, have they? Maybe there's a chance. However, to send that D-mail, I would first have to move to the Beta world line. The more I think about it, the more futile it seems. I've already seen Mayuri die countless times. Everything I tried to prevent it failed. I understand all too well. When fate wants someone dead, nothing can stop it. I can't save Kadisu. There you are. I thought I was alone, but it seems that I was wrong. I turn around to see Kadisu, standing in the open door. I avert my eyes. I can't look her in the face, not now. What are you doing here? Oh, is the game gonna try and make me care about Kadisu? Listen guys, you already know that I like Kadisu. Kadisu is me in this storyline, but it's all for the greater good that she must die. Nothing. How did you know I was here? You said you wanted to be alone. I ran the numbers and concluded that I had the greatest probability of finding you here. Then leave me alone. You don't have to look for me. I'm not a lost little boy. Hey, is that how you treat someone who's worried about you? Not that I'm worried about you or anything, gosh. Okay, student dear. Right after she gets herself flustered, Kadisu sighs and puts on a serious expression. I was going to leave you alone at first, but you've been acting weird the last couple days. I mean, you're always weird, but more than usual. You look like a kid forced to eat crappy oatmeal. What happened? Nothing. Then why did you cancel the cracking of CERN? You're the one who said that we shouldn't. Oh, so you're afraid of triggering arrest flags. I get it. You should praise me for obeying the law for a change. It's not like you at all. What happened to your ego? What happened to the insane mad scientist, Huey and Q? To hell with my ego! Huh? This time, it's not that simple. I have forced my ego on others before, Suzuha, Ferris, Lukaku. I sacrificed their dreams for the sake of my goal. I justified it by telling myself that it was necessary to save Mayuri. I weighed their suffering against the alternative, and made my self-righteous choice. But this time, the alternatives are impossible to compare. No, they're not. I have to choose which friend to let die. It would be so much easier if I knew what was right. Which friend to let die? What are you talking about? I'm just a student, Christina, you know? The insane mad scientist Huey and Kuma, that's just a fantasy. A character that I made up. I bet you had no idea. I may have figured that out when we first met. When we first met? What if I hadn't found Kadisu's body back then? Let's try imagining the situation. If I hadn't seen Kadisu dead, I wouldn't have interrogated her before the seminar at ATF. Without hearing me call her a zombie, she wouldn't have taken an interest in me. She wouldn't have come to the lab. Ultimately, we would have never built the time leap machine, leaving me without the means to save Mayuri. And of course, Kadisu would not have become our friend. We would not be as close as we are right now. Tell me, Okabe, what do you mean? What if we have Kadisu teach us how to make the time leap machine? Right? How to turn the phone wave into the time leap machine. Unless the time leap, us creating the time leap machine is what causes CERN to, you know, take over the future. But that way, even in the beta world line, we can have the time leap machine in case shit goes bad, you know? You know? We can make it ourselves. I can't meet her questioning gaze. Do I have to tell you? You've never hesitated to ask me for help before. Don't hold back now. That's not what this is about. Then prepare yourself. What I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. And it could also be your death sentence.
Huh?
Kadisu's voice cracks a little. Remember what I told you before. When we delete the D-mail from CERN's database, we'll reach the Beta World line where Mayuri doesn't die.
And where CERN doesn't take over the world. Right, everyone lives, everyone's free. You made it sound perfect.
Perfect? It's anything but. I showed you the first email, didn't I? The one that started it all? On the Beta World line, the events described in that email actually happened. Kadisu is a genius, I have no doubt that she understands. Kadisu, on the Beta World line, you die on July 28th. And according to the attractor field model, nothing can prevent that from happening. If I want to save Mayuri, I have no choice but to let you die. Kadisu says nothing. What expression is she making now? I reluctantly sneak a look at her face. She's staring out across the cityscape. Her eyes look distant. I see neither fear nor sadness in her face. She seems accepting. Kadisu is always like this, always calm, no matter what. It's hard to believe she's younger than me. Her soft chestnut hair blows in the wind. She lifts her hand to hold it down.
Hey, Okabe. How credible do you find this attractor field model?
Credible?
It's all second-hand info from John Titor, from Amane Suzan, right? I get that it's the accepted model in 2036, but how exactly did scientists prove the existence of attractor fields?
Are you trying to say the model may be wrong? But I know for certain that convergence exists. I've experienced it firsthand.
Even if they're right about convergence, what about the relationship between world lines?
The moment I change world lines, everything is reconstructed, past, present, and future.
But that's just from your perspective, Okabe. Once you go to the Beta World line, the me that your brain perceives will die. In other words, your perspective will have chosen the world line where I die instead of the one where I don't. However, why can't the world your brain perceives be different from the world my brain perceives?
Brains. I forgot his specialty was neuroscience. So you're saying world lines are independent?
Like trains, maybe.
Trains?
Let me give you an easy example.
Kadisu takes out her phone and starts fiddling with it.
If I want to take the train from Akiba to Yokohama, which route should I use?
I didn't know you were a rail fan.
It's just an example, jeez. You choose to take the Yamanote line to Tokyo Station, then transfer to the Tokaido main line for the rest of your trip.
Kadisu keeps talking as she looks at her phone, apparently reading off an itinerary.
But I take the Yamanote line to Osaki, then transfer to the Shonan Shinjuku line. Another person, say Hashida-san, might decide to take the Keihan Toku, goddamn all these Japanese names, line for some reason. And Mayuri might ride the Shinkansen from Tokyo.
I'm sure I'm butchering all of these, I'm sorry.
You and I ride the same train until Tokyo Station, but from there, we ride different lines, while still aiming for the same destination.
And that applies to the universe? You're claiming the existence of parallel worlds.
I like to use my imagination too, sometimes. But where's the proof that there's only one world?
Suzuha said so. And then there's reading Steiner.
In other words, an unknown time traveler and your inexplicable superpower.
But we knew Suzuha.
There's no way to prove that she was Hashida's daughter, or anything she said about 2036 either, not without going there ourselves.
No. No. I trust Suzuha. Why would I not trust Suzuha?
And if reading Steiner is what you say, then it means that your subjective experience influences the memories of every single human being. That's completely absurd, Okabe. If it's true, then you're literally a god.
Well, yeah, I know.
But there are no gods in reality. The world doesn't revolve around you.
Really? Because it kind of feels like it does. This whole game, the world is sort of revolved around the choices that I have made. Just to put it out there.
It's just your brain making you believe that it does. If that makes you this world's god, then I must be a god too. My brain is just as big as yours.
What are you trying to say?
Let's say you choose the world line where I die. That doesn't mean I have to do the same. The fact is that I'm standing here right now, observing the world with my own subjectivity. I already exist on a world line where I didn't die. Even if your perspective shifts to the Beta world line, my perspective might remain here.
It's a question of where the soul lies, and I won't let you have your way with my soul. No true scientist would accept a hypothesis that flimsy. But there's a chance I'm right. So you have nothing to worry about. Karisu smiles. How could she smile? I just told her that she's going to die. The problem is that you don't want to let me die, right? But if my hypothesis is correct, I'll still be alive on another possible world line. Yeah, but that won't... His problem is the fact that it's not the world line he's on. He wants you to be alive with him on that world line. That's his issue with everything. So there's no reason to be afraid. It's just a hypothesis. The same is true of attractor fields. It hasn't been proven. Even if someone did prove it by 2036, that doesn't help us here in the present. In other words, anything is possible. Karisu turns her back to me after finishing. It's an armchair theory. A daring armchair theory that could quite possibly render meaningless everything I've done up to now. How can Karisu stay so calm? She's just an 18-year-old girl. You really don't have to worry about me, Okabe. It would just hurt my pride if you did. Don't say it like that. Do I want to take the phone call from Mayuri? Your phone's ringing. I know, but we're kind of having a conversation right now. And I'm hoping it'll convince me to let you die. But I might reload the save. Oh, yeah, it's Mayuri. Answer it, I don't mind. The ringtone cuts off during my hesitation. You're such a wimp, I'm disappointed in you. Aren't you afraid of dying? Did you not hear what I just said? I heard, but... An email interrupts me. Mayushi here. Hey, Opening, is something bothering you? You've been looking kinda sad lately. Do you want to talk about it? Or is it something that you can't tell Mayushi about? That would make me sad. If you feel like Mayushi's being a burden, then I want you to tell me, okay? Oh, dude, now I feel bad. Alright, we're gonna... I feel bad, dude. We're gonna take the phone call. I feel too bad about not answering Mayuri's call. Hey, what's up, Mayuri? Hello? Mayuri?
Yeah.
Displayed on the screen is Mayuri's face, devoid of its usual brightness for some reason. What's wrong?
I heard from Daru-kun that Okaning's been acting kinda strange. Mayushi was so preoccupied with Kamima, she didn't really notice.
My voice is dying, can you tell?
Even though she usually notices right away when Okaning's not happy. I'm sorry, Okaning.
Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong.
Did something happen? Okaning?
I can't tell her. I can't. I've kept it a secret from her all this time. That's the way it has to be. There's nothing wrong.
Oh. You know, you used to talk to Miyoshi about a lot of things, remember? Like, oh yeah, the organization's 4 leaders. Their names are Back Turkish, Virginia, and Burp. Balloon Drag Queen, and White-Eye Gore, right?
Oh god. Black Tortoise, Vermilion Bird, Blue Dragon, and White Tiger.
Yeah, that. You know, it was really fun talking to Okaning about stuff like that. But now, Okaning, if Miyushi's a burden, just say so, okay?
What? I never.
I'm hanging up now. If you feel like talking to Miyushi about anything, just call, okay?
Was it worth taking that call? I'll say yeah.
Do-do-do.
She hung up on me.
What did Mayuri say?
How are you a burden? Don't say things like that, damn it. Why is she only serious at times like this?
A burden, huh?
I've never felt Mayuri was a burden, not once.
Then you should tell her that.
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave Mayuri in the dark. She never looks like she's thinking anything, and yet, she saw my doubt. Either way, I can't tell her the truth.
Okabe.
Karisu sighs and glares at me.
The old you wouldn't have worried about anything. Anyway, you should go see Mayuri. I'm sure she has a lot to say.
She's right. Even if I don't tell Mayuri the truth, I need to at least tell her something. I'll postpone my decision and go see Mayuri. Was that the right choice? Was that the right choice? Oh well, who cares? Well, I'm sticking with it. It's afternoon on the first day of Kamima, and the crowds are finally beginning to thin out. Of course, the industry booths and cosplay area are still packed, but at least I don't have to wait in line to get in. I've been trying to get in touch with Mayuri for a while now, but she hasn't responded. I checked with Daru, but he hasn't seen her today either. Cosplay ends at 4 PM. I focus on searching the cosplay area until then, but I still can't find her. Maybe she finished early and went home. I tried calling her home. No luck, they haven't seen her since she left this morning. Uh-oh. Where is she? I'm always afraid that she'll disappear the second I take my eyes off of her. It's been like that ever since she lost her grandmother. Maybe it's just my imagination. We've been so close for so long, I saw Mayuri at her weakest and most vulnerable. Maybe that has made me overprotective, but I don't care how other people see us. I just can't leave Mayuri alone. True, man. Mayuri is like our little sister, and I gotta keep my little sister safe over my potential girlfriend wife. Alright, family comes first, guys. I choose Mayuri over Kadisu every time. I step into the cemetery, the final resting place of Mayushi's beloved grandma. When was the last time I came here? For about a year after Mayuri became my hostage, I'd periodically accompany her here, but I don't think I've been here since I entered high school, so it's been about 3 or 4 years. As I get closer to Mayuri's grandmother's grave, I begin to hear a voice. It's Mayuri. I'd recognize her voice anywhere. Sounds like she's talking to someone. I approach quietly. Maybe that'll be a thumbnail? Who knows?
Hey, Granny.
Mayuri is standing there, talking to the grave. What's a relief she hasn't disappeared. I decide to watch silently from a short distance away.
I've been having scary dreams lately.
For a second, I wonder if she's learned to commune with the dead, but no, she's just talking to herself. Uh-oh, is she remembering the other world lines where she's died?
In my dreams, bad things keep happening to me. Like, someone shoots me, or a car hits me, or get run over by a train.
What? Don't tell me.
It's so real, it hurts so much, and I feel so sad. And I try to call for help, but nothing comes out. Why do you think I'm having these dreams?
I'm dying, dude. My voice is dying. Does she remember her deaths? All of them? Is she inheriting memories like I do?
And you know, they always end the same way. Mayushi's crying, and Okarin comes to save me. Mayushi tries to say, "Thank you, Okarin," but Okarin can't hear my voice. He holds Mayushi and makes a very sad face like he's gonna cry, but he never does, you know? I can tell he's forcing himself not to cry.
Come to think of it, both Ferris and Lukaku remember their memories from before the past changed. Scroll wheel, stop it. Scroll wheel, stop it. I used to think that memories couldn't be shared between world lines. I used to think that I was the exception with reading Steiner. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe everyone has the same power, and the only difference is how strong it is. Maybe reading Steiner is nothing special after all.
That makes Mayushi even more sad. I try to say sorry, but he still can't hear. And that's when I wake up. Why am I having these dreams?
I've failed so many times to save her. I've watched her die again and again. Sorry if you hear like a dump truck outside. I can't really tell the dude to stop, you know, picking up garbage. Everything I've done has been to prevent that from happening. And yet, have the memories of those deaths been tormenting her as she sleeps? I bite my lip in frustration. I still have a terrible decision to make. Do I save Mayuri, or do I save Karisu? There's no perfect ending here. I can't save them both. Apparently there is a perfect ending, but you're supposed to do some really stupid stuff in order to get it, and it's a secret. So, nice! We won't be experiencing it, because those aren't the decisions our Okarin has made, and it would be a false reality if I went back in time and changed those decisions. Sorry, guys. Can't follow a guide in real life. It's one or the other. If I choose Karisu, then Mayuri's dreams will become reality. I don't want Mayuri to feel any pain. Until now, I've thought only of saving her. That is my goal. But at the same time, I can't let Karisu die. Yes, you can. Again, my thoughts hit the same dead end. Mayuri hasn't noticed me yet. She's still staring at the sky, just as she was on the day I took her hostage. She's talking to her grandmother in heaven.
Oh, right! We have a lot more lab mems now, you know? There's Chris-chan, Mocha-san, Lukaku, and Ferris-chan. There's also Suzu-san, but she moved away. That makes 8 of us! It's really amazing!
On this world line, they all become lab mems. However, not a single one of them has sent an email.
You know, it was just Okuni and Mayushi at first. Back then, Okuni seemed kind of bored most of the time. But now he's having so much fun!
Is that how she sees it? Well, she's not wrong. She really does know me, doesn't she?
And that makes Mayushi happy too. It's so busy, but it's really exciting. Especially now that Christian's here. She's really smart, you know. She got her paper published in a famous magazine.
My voice is dying.
Mayushi really admires her. She even made a time machine. Oh, but can't forget Okuni and Doru-kun help too.
Then Mayuri falls silent. Her gaze becomes distant. She stands still and looks up to the sky. What could she be thinking? Probably that she doesn't contribute a lot to the lab?
But you know, sometimes I remember back when it was just the 2 of us. When Mayushi had only just become Okuni's hostage. I go to the lab after school, but Okuni wouldn't be there, so I tidy up the room and decorate it with cute things. Then Okuni would finally show up a little later.
Can you hear my voice slowly dying? Slowly devolving? I can feel it, man. I can feel it.
Mayushi would say, "Welcome back," but instead of saying, "I'm back," Okuni would say, "Good work," like a big boss or something. Every day we spent a few hours just hanging out, doing nothing, and then we'd go home together. We didn't talk much, but it wasn't bad. We were just there together, you know? We'd sit next to each other on the sofa. Okuni would work on his big plans, and Mayushi would read manga or play games. And sometimes we'd have a snack together. It was so nice and relaxing. I never wanted to leave. I'd start feeling like a real hostage, and then I laugh to myself. Then Okuni would turn to me and say,
I remember. It was 4 months ago, still spring. The lab wasn't as lively as it is now. It was an isolated bubble of slow-moving time. Did something good happen?
Yep, but not really, but kinda.
Ah, it must have been an illusion. We could be under attack from Illusion Conductor, one of the organization's feared agents.
Oh, gotta be careful then. But you know, I'm sure that Mr. Illusion Kid Hugger.
Conductor, not Kid Hugger.
I'm sure he's not a bad guy.
It was nothing, just meaningless chatter to pass the time.
I felt so happy there. So happy I could cry. I wanted to stay like that forever. But that doesn't mean that I don't like how things are now, okay?
Mayuri shakes her head in denial. Mayuri, sorry. Not Mayushi. I mean, really, they're one and the same, aren't they? But anyway. Finally, she stops looking up at the sky and bows her head and said,
You know, I haven't talked to Okuni much lately. Maybe Mayushi's getting a little lonely.
It's true, I haven't had much time to talk to her lately. But that's because I've been fighting to prevent her death, to keep her dreams from coming true. Also that Mayuri will keep smiling. I never again want to see her cry like she did on the day her grandmother died.
But you know, I don't want to be a burden on Okuni.
That word again, burden. I've never thought of her as a burden.
Mayushi's just one big nuisance, isn't she? Granny?
Mayuri lifts her head once more.
I can't stay like this forever, can I?
Of course you can!
Huh?
When I finally speak to Mayuri, she turns my way with a surprised expression. Her face is so soft, so innocent. Slowly her lips curve into a smile.
It's Okuni! Wow, how'd you didn't know I was here.
I always know where my hostage is.
Hostage?
You can't escape my grasp. Not ever.
Oh. But don't wear yourself out, okay? Mayushi's a little worried.
Ewing Kuma is not so weak as to require your concern. When the time comes, I'll tell you everything.
Huh?
So, stay with me until then, like you always have.
Okay.
Mayuri stands up and turns to the grave once more. As an offering, she leaves a brand new white lily, as well as some dango dumplings.
Let's head back, Okarin.
Shouldn't we get some dango for ourselves first? Back when we used to visit the cemetery together, it was part of our daily routine to eat dango on the way back.
Of course.
My voice is dying. Wonder what happens if you don't take that phone call. I guess you just have a heart-to-heart with Karisu. Oh well, I'd rather have a heart-to-heart with her. Because she's my bestie. She's my bestie over Karisu every time. Akiba is empty again today. The Otaku have all made their exodus to Kamima for the second day of battle. But come nightfall, they will return to Akiba like a victorious army laden with spoils, and the streets will be chaos. I know Daru has gone to Kamima. The question is, has Mayuri? I hope she has. I want things to be normal again. I remember what I heard yesterday, the feelings Mayuri expressed at her grandmother's grave. I think it was a good choice to go to Mayuri, though, because then we found out that she's remembering all the time she's died, and that's a bit of juicy intel. I think we'll probably actually end up ending the episode in like a minute or two, because it doesn't look like we're getting the end in this episode. And like I said last time, I mean, the episode that I end the series on, like the final episode, I will go ahead and tell you guys what the other endings are. So the Mocha ending, the Karisu, Mayuri ending, the true ending. I'll go ahead and tell you guys all of that, just so you know. I'm sure most of the people watching this series already know, but just so you'll know what we missed in the potential other endings and also the potential true ending. And then I'll also give my opinions on the endings and on the game in general, like I do after I finish any Let's Play. So the end episode will end up being probably fairly lengthy because of all of that. But I don't want it to only be like 5 minutes of gameplay, you know? Like, I've run this episode like 10 more minutes, and then there's only like 5 episodes of gameplay in the next episode, and then that's it. The series is over. The storyline's done. So, I'll end the episode in a couple minutes. Plus, my voice is dying because of Mayuri, but I'm sure you guys can already tell that. The events of the last few weeks have affected her as well. After I escorted Mayuri home from the cemetery, I spent the whole night racking my brain for a third option, a way out of this mess. My thoughts were a jumble, ideas coming and going too fast to judge which were right and which were wrong. Maybe the third idea is the true ending. If you've done all the right things. But we haven't. Wah wah wah. But of course, there isn't a right choice here. For in the end, it always comes back to the same question. Who do I let die? One of the really big things that we have actually missed in the series, because I've started watching the anime now, I'm up to, I believe, where Mayuri died, and in the anime, you, like, talk a lot about Kaisu's dad. She talks a lot about her dad, and it's sort of hinting that her dad is a really big figure in like, time travel stuff, because he was obsessed with time travel, and that's something that we completely missed in the game, most likely due to the fact that we didn't send the right messages to Karisu, and we didn't further that relationship. But I have a feeling that her dad probably plays a very large role in the true ending, just because that's something we haven't seen whatsoever, and it's something that seems to be focused on in the anime. For in the end, it always comes back to the same question, who do I let die? And no matter how I try to dance around it, the answer is always the same, I can't choose. Is there no one else who can make this decision? No. Even if there were, I know I'd never accept their choice, whichever it happened to be. Yeah, me. I'm the dude that makes the choice, actually. Once again, I'm heading for the roof of Radio Kaken. I had to get out of the lab. Mayuri or Karisu might return at any moment, and I can't face them now. I look up to the sky. The clouds are dark and heavy. It could start raining any minute now. Huh? I thought that I was alone, but someone was here before me. Karisu is lying in the middle of the roof, arms and legs spread as if she's making a snow angel. The image of Karisu in a pool of blood flashes through my mind. Is she alright? I run towards her, but before I make it halfway, she suddenly sits up and turns to face me. Okabe? Bum 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 bum. That's gonna be it for this episode. Maybe I keep saying this. I was saying this back in fucking chapter 6. I thought the game was gonna be over. Maybe we're close to the ending. We have to be, because chapter 10 is, in fact, the final chapter, unless you get the true ending. I'm like 99% sure. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. We're heading close to the ending, and once we hit the ending, like I said, I will tell you what I thought of the game. Despite me always talking about the fact that this series is going on for too long and stuff like that, I am genuinely interested in the storyline. I've just reached that point in my life where sitting down and devoting 40 hours to a video game is not feasible, guys. I know most of you are very young. Most of my viewers age, I believe the average age is 12 to 15. And at that age, you guys have, 40 hours to sit down, read a novel, or play a visual novel. But as you get older, you start to lose that time. And as you get older, I would much rather watch, you figure the anime is probably like 24 episodes, each one's probably 20 minutes, so it's probably somewhere around the ballpark of 6 hours. You figure that 6 hours is a lot easier to do, especially in show form, because you can just, when you're eating, you can pop on an episode or whatever. You can even have episodes in the background if you listen to the English dub. 20-minute episodes are a lot easier to digest. 6 hours of a television show is a lot easier to digest than 40 hours. And I honestly think that I'm just somebody where I like visual novels, but I don't like them when they're this long. I don't like them when they're actual, like, legit novel-sized visual novels. I prefer my visual novels short-ish, like 6 hours is like a good, solid, it's a solid visual novel in my opinion, and this one is just too long for me. I think that's what my issue is. So the fact that the anime cuts out a lot of that extra stuff that I feel doesn't, as interesting as it is, it doesn't add anything to the main storyline. And as a result, I would be fine if there was like a version of the visual novel that just cuts all the extra stuff out. Cuts it down from 40 hours to like 10 hours. I think that would be great. Sure, you lose a lot of, inner monologues and stuff like that. But from what I hear about the anime is a masterpiece. Most people consider the anime just amazing, fantastic, one of the best anime ever made. So I feel like it can translate very well when you cut out a lot of stuff, and it can still be a great story. I don't feel like we need all this extra stuff, but I don't know. I'll give you guys my final opinions once we actually get the ending, which maybe next episode, maybe the episode after that. It's coming up here. But I think that is just my main issue. It's just the length. It's so long, and as you get older, you don't have as much time to sit down and devote 40 hours to a video game, unfortunately. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody. And I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!